Would you believe us if we told you that somewhere in the world there is a church decorated with human bones and body parts? Wouldn't you consider us crazy if we told you a small island in Mexico was littered with dolls and doll parts to keep bad spirits away? And that there is a glacier that looks like it oozes blood? The truth is, the world is full of beautiful places that will bring you calm and relief, as well as scary places that will send a shiver down your spine. Facts First presents Most Terrifying Places in the World. Before we tell you about these places, we want to remind you to like and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated about our latest videos. Abandoned Hospital, Germany. This Nazi hospital has remained abandoned for 25 years now, and a visit to the complex is sure to give you nightmares. During World War I, this hospital was dedicated to treating mustard gas and machine gun victims. It was here that Adolf Hitler recuperated after sustaining an injury to his leg. During World War II, the hospital primarily treated Nazi soldiers. However, after the war ended, the hospital became abandoned. This abandoned hospital has undergone tremendous decay over the years, and today it looks like the set of a horror film. Christ of the Abyss, San Frutuoso, Italy. From Italy to the Philippines to Florida, Catholic statues can be found in many parts of the world. However, the original Jesus statue is placed in San Frutuoso in Italy. This 8-foot-tall statue of Jesus was commissioned by the Italian diver Duilio Marconte. Duilio Marconte and his partner Dario Gonzatti used to dive together. Thus, when Duilio lost Dario during a diving expedition, he decided to commemorate his friend by placing a Jesus statue at the exact spot where his friend had lost his life. Though the story behind the statue is quite touching, watching Jesus stand inside the water with his hands reaching for the sky has different people experiencing different emotions. While some find the Christ of the Abyss serene, others find it unnerving. If you're enjoying this video on most terrifying places in the world, hit the like and subscribe button and press the bell icon to stay updated about all of our latest videos. Centralia, Pennsylvania. Centralia was once a bustling town, primarily due to the many coal mines that exist there. However, in 1962, one of the coal mines caught fire and the flames from the fire began to ooze out from the interconnecting tunnels. However, the inhabitants of the town remained unfazed by these flames and continued with their life the usual way until 1979, when a gas station owner reported dangerously high gasoline temperature in his underground tank. And in 1981, a young boy almost fell to his death in a 150 feet deep sinkhole in his backyard. After this, almost all of the town's inhabitants moved to other cities. Today, a total of 7 people live in Centralia. This once bustling but now deserted town has become home to crumbling buildings and cracked roads. One can even see smoke coming out from underneath the ground in various parts of the city. Scary, isn't it? Taylor Glacier, Antarctica. The Taylor Glacier in Antarctica, also known as Blood Falls, will make you wonder if you're in the middle of a crime scene. However, rest assured that this gory waterfall is not exuding human blood. About 5 million years ago, the glacier formed a covering over a microbe-rich lake. In the absence of light and oxygen, the water within the lake began to become dense in salt and iron. While this increased salt concentration kept the water from freezing, the increased iron concentration provided a distinctive red color to the water. This red-colored water now oozes out through a fissure, making one wonder if they're witnessing a mind-boggling murder mystery. PRIPYAT, Ukraine. Among modern-day tragedies, the Chernobyl disaster remains one of the most baffling and horrifying. The town of Pripyat was established in 1970 to serve the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. On the 26th of April 1986, the Chernobyl nuclear power plant experienced an explosion, which resulted in a massive fire. The whole town had to be immediately evacuated as the radiation from the power plant was capable of harming all forms of life. It's been 34 years since the Chernobyl disaster, but this town remains a ghostly sight. Commercial and residential buildings have crumbled, and one can still find belongings of citizens lying exactly where they had been left. The Ferris wheel in the Pripyat amusement park reminds people of what the town was and what it has now become. Island of the Dolls, Xochimilco, Mexico. Xochimilco in Mexico, often known as the Island of the Dolls, is a place that will instantly remind you of a horror movie. This island is famous for the many dolls, as well as doll parts that one can find casually hanging and littered around the island. The island belonged to Julian Santa Barrera, and the story goes that after a young woman drowned in one of the canals of the island, Julian began to experience terrifying situations in real life. He therefore decided to litter the island with dolls to keep the spirit of the deceased girl away. He spent 50 years of his life hanging dolls in various parts of the island to appease the spirit of the girl who had drowned. With a backstory like that, we wouldn't dare visit this place ever, and those suffering from pediophobia must stay away from this island. Snake Island, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Snake Island is located 90 miles off the coast of Sao Paulo and is home to thousands of golden lancehead vipers, one of the most vicious and poisonous snakes in the world. Snake Island came into being about 11,000 years ago when sea levels rose abruptly, thereby compelling the snakes to become separated from the mainland Brazil. However, since there was no prey on the ground, the snakes learned to climb trees and attack birds in the air. In this journey of adaptation, their venom also became 5 times more poisonous than the venom of an average snake. The Brazilian government has forbidden people from setting foot on this island. Nagoro, Japan. Japan's Scarecrow Valley, or Valley of the Dolls, is a small village located in the Aya Valley in the Tokushima Prefecture of Japan. The village is famous for its life-size dolls that outnumber the actual population of the village. Believe it or not, the ratio currently stands at 10 dolls per person. At the beginning of the century, Tsukimi Ayano quit her comfortable city life and moved back to Nagoro to look after her ailing father. After her father's demise, she memorialized him through a life-size doll and placed the doll in the field. To this day, Ayano has built close to 400 dolls and has placed them in different areas of the village. The village of Nagoro has no children. It only has toy residents. More importantly, the village only has 27 inhabitants. While all of it may sound okay, walking deserted lanes lined by human doppelgangers is a very creepy experience in reality. Hill of Crosses, Lithuania. The Hill of Crosses signifies the endurance of the Lithuanian people in the face of calamity. The Hill of Crosses does not only have crosses. Over the years, pilgrims have also added crucifixes, effigies, rosaries, and statues of the Virgin Mary to this pilgrimage site. In 2006, the site was home to about 100,000 crosses. Though the origin of the first cross placed here is unknown, it's believed that the tradition began in the 14th century and registered new life after the peasant uprising in 1831, when people began to add crosses to the site in memory of dead rebels. The Hill of Crosses became popular once again during the Soviet occupation. Though a place of pilgrimage, the Hill of Crosses can send shivers down your spine, especially during breezy evenings when the crosses and crucifixes clash against each other and produce a chime that is both unnerving and heartening. North Yungas Road, Bolivia. The North Yungas Road is a 60-kilometer-long cycling route that connects La Paz to Coroico in Bolivia. The road moves through the dense Amazon rainforest at an elevation of more than 15,000 feet. The tourist route that cyclists often take is a 64-kilometer-long stretch with over 3,500 meters of a steep drop. The North Yungas Road is only 12 feet wide and a single-lane road without any guardrails. Combine the scary elevation and narrow paths with the incessant rains and fog, and you have a road rightly called the Death Road. Until a few years ago, the North Yungas Road witnessed almost 200 to 300 deaths a year. Thankfully, a new and safe road has been constructed now to connect the two towns, and the North Yungas Road has become a meeting point for adrenaline junkies who want to cruise down these narrow paths on their mountain bikes. Hanging coffins, Sagada, Philippines. The people of Sagada do not believe in burying the coffins inside the ground. Instead, they hang them on the side of cliffs. This has resulted in a kind of hanging cemetery with coffins lying one above the other. People are expected to design their own coffin and place it above their ancestors. This way, all the people in one family lie next to one another. The idea of designing our own coffin and hanging it in its final place is already giving us nightmares. Capuchin Catacombs, Palermo, Italy. The world is home to many catacombs. However, none is as scary as the Capuchin Catacombs in Palermo, South Italy. After the Capuchin monastery outgrew its original space in the 16th century, it's believed that the monks decided to mummify a recently dead monk, Silvestro of Gubbio, and put him in the catacomb. Initially, the catacomb was a place restricted to religious men. However, soon local citizens also began to express their desire to lay to rest there. The Capuchin catacombs contain close to 8,000 bodies that form a kind of mummy museum. If you don't have a heart of steel, don't even think about going into this place. SEDLEC Ossuary, Kutná-Hora, Czech Republic. The SEDLEC ossuary is known for its macabre ambiance. Somewhere during the 14th century, an abbot brought with him holy soil from Jerusalem and dispersed it throughout the cemetery. After this, everyone began to express their desire to get buried in the cemetery, which eventually led to the place becoming filled with corpses, so much so that old bodies had to be removed to make a place for the new bodies. No one knew what to do with the old corpses. Thus, a woodcarver was chosen to arrange 40,000 exhumed corpses around the cemetery. Other than arranging body parts in a fashion that will make you faint, he also made a human body chandelier containing every bone found in the human body, We genuinely do not understand how could anyone in their right senses think of a human bone chandelier. So, have you been to any of these terrifying places? How was the experience? Did you sleep at all that night? Is there any other terrifying place you know of that we missed? Please let us know in the comments section. Before you move on to the next Facts-Verse video, take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated about all our latest videos.